I see you've made it to Tatooine. Not the most luxurious destination, but trust me, the artifact is close. You'll need to find the pirate Andronikos Revel. He should be quite familiar with this piece.
Do you mean he has the artifact?
Quite the contrary. He stole the artifact out of some Sith ruins, but when his crew mutinied, they took it. I sent a cruiser to recover the artifact, but all they found was Andronicus in an escape pod, half mad. We let him stew for a while in Imperial prison, and then released him. He's been hunting his crew down ever since, and we've been watching.
Does this Andronicus know you're using him to get to the artifact?
Does it matter? He gets what he wants, revenge, and you and I get what we want, the artifact. He's never lingered longer than it takes to kill, but Tatooine is different. It's been weeks. I believe Andronicus has found the leader of the mutiny, and with him the artifact. Find Andronicus and you'll find a clear course.
Why not wait for him to make his move and capture him again?
There's no guarantee he will take the artifact if he finds it, or that we will know he's made his move. Andronicus must have come through the spaceport at some point. Start with the shipmaster. Good luck, apprentice. And remember, every piece draws you closer to your full potential.
Pistana fotu peinana, ja en hafjans, kap ima lesu. Ute pata, kibano ay alay swerana.
How did you discover this?
Ak usu tondin manan jay liugen avojandin. Swayway silbans in iswish paman ik alkas jam guidis intis iswares.
Sounds like somebody needs to learn to let go.
Nekademos in pise meban frumest hosida fram. Skole nu alay wais at swalakai. Pataya gila senaim, anabidu pi pugdu gas fantan.
If you're going to make me feel guilty, I'll do it.
Ni pate uvara wisandan sware kanidede akja swaluda is. Anso wilok bardos, zogi inagangan gisat faur ises. Japay swepa perswit ingala banay gapwas daidai.
Watch what you say, beast. Or I'll bind you as well.
Japate anahandam puk ufaban. Ihaven ni gasta jais. Swayway silbans in iswish paman ik alkas jam guidis intis iswares. Ababarna habens, glaubena ni in usakwai, usiterens apipao.
I know a way to shut this guy up.
Tu pamay arbaida ustaw jans biwurstan. Godais akran bayradans jawan jandans in pan guidis. Iswarim ja algamboze uspalib.
Just try not to get your tears all over everything.
Ungas I've nono, jape siglos fraudnos jus, jape raika jape. Anso wilok bardos, zogi inagangan gisat faur ises.
Have you heard of a pirate named Andronikos Revel?
Wanta humpa, muri rava fupa jipampawula. Patoga wata kiko uba kiri wata buki donko.
I don't like it when people lie to me.
Kunta chuta, kasuyali kulira, kanki kung. Chobad I kafstuan dile jihulo kuta.
Just tell me where I can find him.
Wo grani tampio da pushi wumpa, pu tulamusta. Wumpa hupa, jikilia umpasa do biska. Yinga kijita, nimni tanuv, alelo kwekuta.
I'm looking for a pirate named Andronikos Revel.
Ukleugo chesko pakuta, kliska, taka yakoska. Tagwabota. Chiliska chanaga ima che, choranchike.
I'll have a drink then.
Itsug nang kihe chalang tong ima chechu.
Who would pay for this stuff?
Kunachuta kasayali koirado kanki kong. Kikuna mo ubanchon alipa es intin koto. Kulirado kanki kong chaskrunki.
Tell me where Andronikos Revel is.
Ukleugo chesko pakurta kliska taka yak oska. Chiliska chanaga ima che choran chike.
Don't let it get stuck in your throat. Speak.
Piska ku paliya pitiye potenya go. Korowe niminaka sonri popa unaguta. Wajineko higa da noila oka kiza spida per popa.
Andronikos Revel, I believe you have the artifact I'm looking for.
Webb, folks aren't supposed to know I'm here.
I'm sorry, Andronicus. It was that damn bartender.
Take care of it. Now, Sith, your artifact. I don't have it, and I'm glad. Thing drove my crew insane. They mutinied. I floated 10 days in a disabled escape pod and spent 30 more in Imperial lockup on account of that hunk of rock.
Maybe next time you won't be so quick to steal from Sith.
Maybe you Sith ought to keep those things someplace safe. But maybe we can help each other out. The guy who has your artifact is the guy I'm on Tatooine to kill. Silas Wilks. My old first mate. He started the mutiny, then tossed me into space. Now he's an exchange big shot. He's got your Sith toy.
Why haven't you killed this Wilks yet? You don't have a reputation for mercy.
I've been chasing Wilks halfway across the galaxy. Stole my favorite blasters, not to mention my pride. Lucky thing I got a contact inside the exchange. Only I can't exactly just stroll into the exchange base.
Oh, the big bad pirate is afraid of a few little exchange thugs.
Funny, Sith, but some of us can't shoot lightning from our fingertips. Contact's name is Casey Ricks, old friend who used to be part of my crew. But she, doesn't exactly know I'm here. She's sure to know where Wilks is hiding. Tell her you know me, and she'll tell you everything.
You must have quite a way with the ladies to produce that kind of reaction.
Let's just say that Casey and me go way back. You get that information, you can do what you want with it. But I'd appreciate it if you came back here first. Me and Wilks are long overdue for a talk.
Casey Ricks? Andronicus sent me. He said you know where to find Silas Wilks.
Andronikos? You mean he's out of prison? He doing alright? And he's after Wilks. Figures. Andronikos doesn't really forgive or forget. Hey, you're not planning to harm him, are you?
Tell me where Wilks is, or I will kill him.
Oh, come on, please. Not really. I'll tell you where to find that son of a hut. In fact, I'll make sure he's there so you can kill him. Wilks's base is hidden out of Ether's view. Andronikos will know what I mean.
Can't you give me something a little clearer?
I can't have everyone on Tatooine knowing where the base is. Let me call Wilks, make sure he stays put. It'd be a shame for you to storm HQ while he's out.
Don't do anything you'll regret.
Like warn Wilks? We both know that'd be suicide.
Casey, sweetheart, got something to report? Andronicus hasn't turned up, has he?
Oh, sigh. What do I have to do to make you stop worrying about Andronikos?
Well, I could think of a few things. Have you reconsidered my offer?
That's why I called. Are you free in, say, a couple of hours? We could talk about it. In person.
I always have time for you. I'll be right here, sweetheart, whenever you're ready.
Ugh, I hate that guy. Andronikos never went for that eyelash batting junk, but Wilks is there, so hurry up and kill him.
You aren't really...
No! I've been able to string him along so far without it. But I won't shed any tears when he's gone, to say the least.
Tell Reg I can't have any more slip-ups. Wilks finds out I'm here, it'll be like Rusan all over again.
Yes, Andronicus. Whatever you say.
Go. About time, Sith. This room's feeling a lot like that escape pod. Make me happy. Tell me you found Wilks.
Wilks is hiding out of something's view.
Here, let me just have a look at that datapad. Huh. Go figure, a Sith with a memory like a Gizka. Out of Ether's view, huh? Spineless son of a Hutt is hiding underground.
How do you get that from out of Ether's view?
Ether's what we called out there, space. Can't see space from underground, so space can't see you. Wilks and I used to hide hot goods out of Ether's view. Figures he'd hide there. There's a system of caves on the other side of the abandoned farm settlement. I wager that's what Casey meant.
The sooner I get this done, the better.
Just hold on one moment. I'm going with you.
When I said I meant you too.
Sure you did. Looks like she put something else on this datapad. I think I can crack it. Looks like it's an access code. Something we'll need to get into this hidden HQ, probably.
I'm running out of patience here.
I'm gonna blast Wilks for every day I spent floating in that escape pod. And then I'm gonna stomp on his bones.
Wair paba, fraujins in alama patay galakai, in alama amainai.
I need him to find the artifact.
Ake us erpai wasja us. Patay kuibanist. Ni fragais fraujan. Kub painana.
I promise this is only for a short time.
Paulos jasilbanas ja taimar paus. Aikles jan launekai in kuda aitin.
I'm gonna blast Wilks to pieces just as soon as we find him.
Well, well, Andronikos Revel, I'm surprised they let you out of Imperial prison. And you brought a Sith to help you. How cute. But see these guys? They'll crush you and your Sith.
I am not cute. I am deadly.
Let me guess. You're here for the artifact. The one the Empire was so keen on getting just before I crushed Andronicus. Would you believe he called me a nobody? A worthless, mangy, skinny little nobody? So I took his ship, his crew, his cargo, his blasters, and what else? Oh, his girl. Who's nobody now, Nikki?
I'm gonna rip out your throat and laugh while you try to scream.
We'll see who lands the killing blow.
You'll never beat me, and you'll never get your artifact. Boys, kill the Sith, but keep Andronicus alive. I'll want to play with him a little longer. You idiots! You'll never get it now! Not the artifact, not the blasters, nothing!
I think we knocked the sense out of him.
You're so stupid. The great Andronikos Revel chases me across 5 planets only to fail. He even gets a Sith on his side, and they both fail.
Talk sense.
The artifact, it's cursed. It's cursed.
Yeah, I figured that one out.
They took it, just like I took it from you. Took it all. The blasters, the artifact, the money.
Tell us where they took it.
Chase them if you like. They went out into the deep desert. They left weeks ago. The Sand People will eat you before you ever catch them.
I've heard enough. Now give me one good reason not to blast your teeth through the back of your skull.
Do it. Maybe he'll finally shut up.
I've been waiting to do this for a long time, Wilks. Can't say it was nice knowing you either.
I have no regrets, Andronicus. Least of all this.
Idiot. Lost your artifact and my special-made blasters. Just wait until I get my blaster pointed at those thieves.
Exactly how deep into the desert do we have to go?
Well, there's a speeder that'll take us out so far, but the coordinates Wilks had are a little further out than that. Come on, the sooner we get out there, the better chance we have of showing them thieves what's what. damned, idiotic, nerve-hurting sons of Hutts. They got away.
They were killed, and possibly eaten. There's a difference.
What? It doesn't bother you? These idiots run off with your artifact and you don't even get to knock them around? I just can't figure you, Sith.
Not everyone is obsessed with revenge.
That's an awful superior thing to say for a Sith. I saw how you guys operate an Imperial prison. A Sith torturer with a collection of prisoners' fingernails gets zapped because Darth so-and-so doesn't like how he looks. Sickest monsters in the galaxy, the Sith.
If it disgusts you, why did you work with me?
That's my business, ain't it? Let's just forget I said anything, huh?
Next time, I'll rip your tongue out.
Then there won't be a next time. Now are we gonna get off this rock or what?
You shouldn't presume, pirate.
Look, I gather you don't think much of me, but that don't make me useless. I'm a damn good pilot, and I've got contacts a Sith'll never make on his own. It'll be your show, no questions asked.
I'm in charge, and don't you dare forget it.
I'll take that as a yes, then.
So you beat Wilks and made it out of the desert alive, huh? Wilks doesn't surprise me, but when I heard you were heading for the desert, well, I wasn't expecting to see either of you again.
You seriously underestimate me.
Wasn't meant as an insult. There's lots of stuff in that desert that can't be fought, and it's just as deadly. Anyway, I'm glad you came, because it gives me a chance to thank you for taking out that runt Wilks. With some real leadership, maybe the exchange on Tatooine can move ahead for a change.
Good luck with that.
Thanks. I'm hopeful. And Andronikos? I'm sorry.
It's alright, huh? We wouldn't have worked out anyway. All that shouting and throwing stuff, somebody was bound to get hurt.
Yeah, right. Well, guess it's goodbye then. Good luck out there.
What was that all about?
Nothing. Just saying goodbye is all. Now let's get off this rock, huh?
Apprentice, you have recovered the artifact, I take it. Wonderful. Ah, Andronikos, what a pleasure to see you again.
Hello yourself. Looks like you finally found your rock.
Yes, thank you for leading us to it so obligingly. I'm sure you'll be a wonderful asset to my apprentice's crew. Now, Apprentice, you must hurry and recover the remaining artifact.
I'm giddy with anticipation.
I look forward to seeing you in your glory.
So what's the story, Sith? Seems like you know all about me, and I don't know nothing about you. You always a sicko, or did you just kind of fall into it like I did?
The Empire enslaved my family, but they decided I was special, and made me Sith.
Funny how those Sith work. I was an accountant on Moneyland when I decided I wanted a little more adventure. So I put a blaster to the head of the intergalactic banking clan and walked off with a few million credits. Been robbing and murdering ever since.
I don't for one moment believe you were an accountant.
Well, how's this for accounting? In 3 years, the Sky Princess took more cargo and harassed more Republic ships than half the Imperial fleet. I'm a liar and a thief and a murderer, but I'm good. You know, you got a pretty nice ship. It's no Sky Princess, but hey, what is? I had a ship like it once. No armor to speak of, but you don't need defense when you can maneuver like that.
You didn't seem to have a ship when I met you.
Yeah, got blown to pieces. But it was a thrill while it lasted. Nothing like playing chicken with a ship twice your size and then firing up his tail when he blinks. Sky Princess was great, but she couldn't do that.
I think I'll do the flying from here out.
Oh, what's the matter, Sith? Don't think I got the chops? Don't worry. I'll look after her like she was my own mother. Not so much as a scratch.
My lord, welcome to Tatooine. If you hold a moment, I can provide directions to the research center.
I wasn't aware of any research center.
Sorry, my error. Much of the Imperial traffic we get is assigned to the archaeological expedition. Security, scientific equipment. They don't tell me what it's for. If you're going to be here long, you might wish to consult with Captain Gola. We wouldn't want to interfere with Sith activity.
You could not comprehend my purpose here.
Understood. I'm doing the best I can to anticipate your needs, my lord.
Keeler, I need those water readings. We won't get more supplies without a report.
Sorry, sir. I'll check as soon as I can. Sand in the gauges.
Blast! Bring in some local technicians. See if they can fix us up while I greet our guests. My lord, Barden Gola, Imperial Reclamation Service. I've run excavations on Zeost, Malachor II, and Nimdrovis. But add a little heat and dust and we've got nothing but trouble.
I'm not interested in your complaints. Why are the Imperial troops stationed here?
You'll have to go through...
Captain Gola and his crew report to me. I am Darth Silthar. They are my hands, digging and scraping where I cannot. We came to Tatooine to solve a mystery. One of dead men and desert secrets. Not for conquest, but for power.
What could the Empire possibly need on this dust bowl?
I too once viewed this world as insignificant. No longer. The Empire recently found a damaged shuttle drifting through deep space. It came from a Zerka Corporation research base on Tatooine.
Zerka had Tatooinian artifacts they claimed were the find of the millennium. Mystery devices with the energy throughput of a sun. But a month after the shuttle launch, their research base disappeared. Zerka never came back.
Somewhere in this wasteland is power enough to destroy a world, remake a galaxy. My team is going to find the Zerka base and these artifacts along with it. We will learn their secrets. Will you join us?
Why would you want me to join you?
Because I sense power in you. And I have need of such power. Now, scattered across the desert, sheltered within caves, live a people called the Sons of Palawa. They are an exacting and ritualistic tribe, come to Tatooine to test themselves against the elements. A settlement nearby has something we need.
They will cooperate, or meet their doom.
Yes, though their might is considerable, especially as they possess... What was it, Captain?
Experimental battle droids, armed with turbo lasers, shields, and who knows what else.
Circa droids, no doubt rebuilt by the Sons of Palawa. And the tribals are not inclined to share.
Why can't you claim them yourself?
The captain and his crew are not soldiers, alas.
After the Empire took Mos Ila, the Sons of Palawa decided we were invaders. They'll shoot anyone who gets close.
But why should that stop you? If the droids truly are from Zerka, I want their secrets. Dissect them, peel the droids' armor, and bring the captain their Verba brains. Then they will lead us to the missing Zerka base.
I am Frere Wan, of the Sons of Palawa. You have won this battle, and I call for parley. You brutalized our keepings. Tell us why our wives and children weep, so that this feud may be honorable.
Your battle droids had data I required.
Then you fight for resources. There are worse causes. We know about the Empire's expedition. Whatever you're after, you won't find it. The desert protects its own. And though we can't keep you from departing, beware Tatooine, and beware our vengeance. You've made an enemy today.
You won't survive long enough to get revenge.
And your bloodlust will lead to your death.
What's wrong, Hale? I can sense your fear.
Sorry, my lord. I'm remembering that time on Ziost, when I was buried alive.
That's good. Use that fear, Hale. Let it push you. Did you bring us the droid minds?
Your little job is finished.
I sense we'll do incredible things together. Zerka's discovery is out there somewhere, sending ripples through the Force.
Let's get the vertebrains analyzed, my lord. Keela.
Memory wipe destroyed the old files, but it looks like the Sons of Palawa bought the droids from Jawas.
Alright. Guess that makes the Jawas our next lead to the Zerka base.
Would the Jawas trade with the Suns?
They'll sell their goods to anyone. Mos Ela was originally their trading post.
The Jawas are one of the native species, primitive masters of machinery.
They swarm like rats during the trade season, selling droid parts and generators. Then it's back to the desert.
In my dreams, I see one band that remains in the wastes near this city. Find them. I must meditate.
This is your job, not mine.
Captain Gola and his team could go, but Kayla would die, torn apart by raids. Hale would fall, exhausted from thirst. I don't foresee anyone surviving to meet the Jawas. No, this mission suits your skills.
Show the vertebrains to the Jawas, see if they can't identify the source. They won't have records, but they're clever. Good hunting. Stay hydrated, stay safe, and stay cautious.
Wama otoja koga utapawa to Bambawula.
Jawa, I have parts here from a droid you sold. I need them identified.
Kokola kopana tejaka. Magusano pachonki fa gutagioto India.
It seems my tone was too polite.
Nagulagi wantumpa mulira wata wampa. Shisakava kyota bubanda baki wanki. Mo gutuni ompi bedwana nipopo chopa uma.
You're going to tell me what I need, or you're dead.
Sabi otra pata niente fare monotsuki batontoton. Joking wampa. La hagua de costo un paso do bisca. Nero de soslimo. Crispa do kanki kunke kupa. Chaponka utmangisa. Chopod I kafuan chawa.
You'll get your paws on everything, won't you?
Charabanta, tong me get ta. So how to pull your is the auto, say go to whoopie whoopie. Flipa nega tweety, hey, poka tonko, wana wanga.
Don't think you can pawn junk off on me.
Unaponko wa uni kupa, tonti kak makitugi. Yuna liska chanaga wa chi, kaspeina kontrinka.
Just get out of my sight.
La poda na rock no ia.
Alright, everyone get the equipment packed. Hale, see to the speeders. My lord, it's good to see you. Were you able to make contact with the Jawas?
I found the Jawas. It didn't take much to make them give up this.
Looks like a stasis crate. The sort Zerka used to transport samples. Won't be easy to unseal, but we can peek inside. Keela, run it through the analysis grid.
On it. We'll keep the sensitivity low. Don't want to pulverize any artifacts inside.
Definitely something in there. Alien device of some sort, roughly spherical, contained in a Zerka energy field. Blasted odd.
What about it is odd?
First pass shows the artifact is over 10,000 years old. Probably distortion. The energy readings are unstable.
Give me a few days to pop it open and we'll run the scan again.
I won't bore you with the science. Lord Silthar's on a pilgrimage and we're getting ready to move to the forward research outpost. But we may need you again soon.
Captain, you're holding something back.
Nothing actionable. You'll know anything as soon as I do. If you're heading to the desert, contact us at the first station out from Mos Ela. Lord Silthar should have a lead on the Zerka base by then. In the meantime, we've got an artifact to study. This is Captain Gola, Reclamation Service Outpost 701. It's good to see you, my lord. My team's still searching for the Zerka base, but we've hit a snag that, frankly, we can't handle ourselves.
Is there anything your team can handle?
My team's been through fire and misery. They're survivors, but they're not soldiers. After you left for the Jawas, Lord Silthar had a vision. Something about the natives, the Sand People. He flew a speeder into the Dune Sea, but we lost the tracking signal in an energy storm. Silthar was summoning lightning.
Darth Silthar is a Sith Lord. You needn't worry about his safety.
That's what I told the others.
But Silthar wouldn't call on that much power unless he was desperate. Lord Silthar was following a dream, the same way he found the lost temple of Zeost and the crystal caves of Molivar. He told me the Sand People and their spirit guides were the key. He was looking for some sort of compass.
The natives, what are they? What could they do to Silthar?
I don't know. They're savages. Still, I wouldn't think they could kill him alone. Find the spirit guides and find him. When you have answers, come to our forward outpost. Otherwise, I don't know how this mission can succeed.
Lord Silthar.
Did Captain Gola send you? Such a good man. A pity he didn't send young Hale, but the honor is yours. You will hear my last words.
Tell me what's been done to you.
The Force called me into the desert. I sensed what Circa found. An alien power. I saw a white room. I thought the Sand People would know the land's secrets. I murdered them, stole their thoughts to find this cave. I knew victory before they destroyed me.
I followed the shaman's compass. But what is this place?
It is a cave of secrets. My journey here was not for nothing. Circa built its base over a site from the natives' myths. A forbidden land. The paintings in the cave show the way. Find them. Record them. Gola and his men, they...
Time to die. Goodbye, Silthar.
So soon. So soon.
Hale, check on Keeler and the others. See if they figured out anything with the artifact.
Sir, I'd like to hear what happened.
Follow orders. I'll brief everyone later. I've sent for water and Kolto, my lord. I'm sure the desert was agonizing, but we've been waiting for word. Any sign of Darth Silthar?
Your master was Sith until the end. It was a good death.
So, he really didn't make it then? Damn it! We all felt it, but we weren't sure. We're not blasted Sith. Without Silthar, we're just archaeologists with guns. Without him, this whole expedition falls apart.
Fall to pieces later. First, you'll help me obtain Zerka's secrets.
Respectfully, my lord, I can't just turn my team over to you.
Captain Gola!
Blast Hale, now's not the time.
The artifact, the one the Jawas found. It's got Kayla. We disabled the dampeners, and there was a flash.
What? Start containment procedures now!
Sekien atteste vertine.
Tell me about the imprisoned one.
Kabies metjete forfrost, jantetorgisek.
Keeler? Everyone, stay back!
Jahroste dies, tegesh marwar.
Those creatures, they were my team.
Sir, I think Perrin escaped. He was heading into the desert toward the tribal settlement.
Blast, we'll mourn later. You remember the sons of Palawa. You hit them hard in Mas Ila. but their main village is just a few clicks out. If that creature reaches them, this could get very ugly.
What makes you say that?
Basic rule of xenoarchaeology. You don't unleash a foreign technology into a population center, especially one with a man-machine interface. Worst case, the technology that changed Perrin could replicate. Every person in the settlement could be transformed.
Fools shouldn't meddle with what they don't understand.
With due respect, my lord, we know what we are doing. There are risks to any excavation. Reclamation Service protocol for contaminated sites mandates atomic heat cleansing of everything within a 100-meter radius. We've got a store of baradium explosives for that purpose, enough to obliterate the Sun's cave village. But I hope it won't come to that.
We should have destroyed the tribals long ago.
If you say so. Get to the caves. Maybe you'll catch Perrin before he's transformed a whole army.
You. I knew the Empire used dishonorable tactics, but the ghost of the desert, do you know what it does to people?
The transformation is impressive.
Within the first minute, that terror changed good villagers into murderous machines. There's a war going on in these caves. Now I'll give my brothers the chance to win by keeping you from interfering.
You'll die, along with everyone else in this village.
Ha! For Palawa, I'll fight until our blood becomes an oasis.
Are the power readings stable?
Yes, sir. The stasis field's online.
Keep it that way. I don't want the artifact powering up again. I heard the explosion. I take it the contamination site's been cleared?
Be more careful with your artifacts next time.
You have no idea the precautions we took. This is what we do, it just wasn't enough. Those artifacts Zerka found, they must be capable of infecting people, transforming them. I don't know why you'd build a device like that. But some species did, long before humans lived on Tatooine. And the Reclamation Service has the job of bringing those artifacts home. Are you with us?
Sounds like you've got your fire back, Captain.
I have my moment of doubt. I saw Keela, Perrin, and Ban die because of it. What we've just experienced, the artifact powering on the takeover, I'm willing to bet Zerka went through the same thing. If we knew where to start looking for Zerka's base, we could scan for the artifact's power signal, track down the laboratory. Too bad Silthar didn't get more data.
You give the old man too much credit. You've got me now.
What are you talking about? What do you have there? This. It's primitive, but it looks like a native map. We'll check its age, calculate the geographical changes since its creation.
I think we have it, sir. The natives' forbidden zone is in Sector 22G. I can start outfitting a probe immediately. Once you're in position, use this signal device to call the droid. It'll launch from here.
In the meantime, we've got friends to bury.
Can you hear me, my lord? There's a sandstorm interfering with communications, but I wanted to report. The droid's locked onto an underground power signature. Must be an artifact in the Zerka base. We've also found some kind of recorded message.
Does it give us a way inside?
Can't be sure. I'll patch it through.
Is this thing working? Blast. Security Officer Gromick here. I'm the last man out. We've been ordered to seal Zerka's Secret Weapons Division 7. The base was compromised. We thought we had the problem contained to the artifact cave, but it didn't last. Okay, sealing the doors now. Anyone who sees this, don't come in. You don't want to. You really don't want to.
They lost the whole base. Imagine that. We've got fragmentary codes and coordinates, but you'll need to run additional scans to unlock the base. There may be more messages, too. We both know if anything is still alive in that base, you're our best chance of retrieving Zerka's artifacts. You'll have to go alone.
Your team wouldn't be much help down there anyway.
Those of us who are left, fair enough. Part of me wishes I were going. Zerka found something unthinkably old and alien. But this is how it has to happen. Gola out.
Dr. Sopran here. We've finished our initial catalog of the cave artifacts, which register as over 20,000 years old. You think that would narrow down the possible creators, wouldn't you? There weren't many societies capable of space travel in that period. But I can't find any society or species that fits these criteria. Even greed technology isn't comparable. Anyway, Dr. Lyric and I will study the primary device and assign lesser relics to the others to keep them busy. Hopefully we'll find something useful. Zerka's going to make a fortune off this stuff if we can figure it out. End log.
This is Director Antaean speaking. As you know, workers' safety is one of Zerka's top priorities, and we take accidents seriously. Therefore, due to concerns surrounding studies of the device, we are implementing a new policy. Anyone wishing to perform a physical inspection of the device must get written authorization from myself and Dr. Daigo. Research using droids and remote scanners may continue normally. Please note that this does not affect our division's overall schedule.
I want my concerns on the record before more people get hurt. I'm worried about the device. Its energy readings keep fluctuating, and it appears to be trying to link with the lesser artifacts. I think it's a weapon, maybe a bomb. Sopran's theory about it being a Gree Enclave creation are inane. We've already got evidence of an ancient alien civilization visiting Tatooine, and they weren't Gree. We've seen similar technology in the Kashyyyk Shadowlands. I'm sure the Infinite Empire is tied to the device's origins, no matter what anyone says, and I'm tired of being ignored.
Well, Dr. Lyric is gone. He's put in for a transfer and is heading back to Anchorhead, taking one of the lesser relics with him. Good riddance. He was a pain to work with. Still. Lyric's theory about an ancient infinite empire and a master alien species was fringe science at best, but some of his data makes sense. I'm going to run a new series of tests tomorrow, using a remote arm to open up the device. We'll see where it goes from there.
This is Director Antaean to all Zerka employees. Please listen and remain calm. A few minutes ago, we experienced a minor equipment failure in the main laboratory. As a precaution, we are initiating lockdown procedures. Do not attempt to override the system, so the computers will respond with force. Stay where you are, and you'll be alerted when the situation resolves.
Tasmen jetzt fulpa, gegal jestem ty. Keftre da sebia rator da malebie. Bibien fakta mi filter na makape.
You called yourself the Imprisoned One.
Das bialpien tisere basamana. Das matzenke yujom. Maestra me huruba. Keftre da sebia rator da malebie.
Harsh punishment. What were you trying to do?
Redhead yadles akoliti förtet. Jagdiv mule helem, sie es nicht verdat. Das matzenke yujom. Maestra me huruba.
How do you propose to do that?
Yes, ye jedle kuno. Me hekadine lerte. Temor, tohete lorm, sabies tenchetos, telerestia. Vediamen lemeta en tirans. Ziniesti hidruli. das brule fehed andankwa. Das matsen keijom. Maestra mehunuba.
You want to say anything else before I destroy you?
For genge blili. Jagdiv mule helem, sie es mi tridak. Terdem fuden, teke pakjek den ya.
You've lived too long already.
Kabies me tete for first, yang teto gise.
My lord, you're back. I wasn't expecting you to be so quick.
Your power is impressive, even among the Sith.
I'm sure you want to rest up, but I'd like to hear. Did you find the artifacts?
I found a creature, a Rakata, trapped in one of the devices. It's been buried under the desert all this time.
Could you communicate with the creature? Can we talk to it?
The alien was too dangerous to live. I had to destroy it.
I understand. I've heard stories. Service members discover ancient droids, lost colonies. It never ends well. Still, we've got one artifact, and there's always Zerka's records. It's a victory, if not one for the history books. With Darth Silthar gone, I am in charge. You ever need our help, you know where to find me.
What about the rest of the team?
Hale's being reassigned to Korriban, Darth Silthar's last request. I don't know about the others, but we won't be a group anymore. Safe journeys out there. And be careful. This galaxy has a lot of old secrets. Once you start seeing them, they tend to start looking back.
My lord, even here on Tatooine we have heard of your meteoric rise in the ranks of the Sith.
Do you really want the Sith to know you've been gossiping about them?
My lord, I meant no insult. Only to preface my request that you use your special knowledge to assist the Empire. I was wondering, in all of your travels, have you had much experience with Force use among lesser alien species?
I fought plenty of Force users, I'll tell you that.
The Jawas, you've seen them. Little, unimpressive, unimportant sand rats. Is it possible they use the Force? A dozen of my officers were killed by the vermin, all with burns from lightning. If the Jawas are using the Force to resist our occupation, we must bring proof to the Dark Council, so that they may crush the threat.
That's ridiculous. No squeaking scavenger can master the Force.
That's why I need proof. No Sith will believe it otherwise. But listen to what we've just discovered. The Jawa tribes are not as isolated as we thought. Apparently, they communicate with each other using secret relays in the deep desert. If they're training Force users, those relays will be our way to find out where and how.
How do you propose to do that?
We need to bug the relays. But the Jawas have reconstituted assault droids around every one, and the messages are in code. The communications relays are in the desert outside Mos Ila. If you want to help, plant these bugs on them, then hunt down the ranking Jawas in the area. If we're lucky, one of them has the cipher for the code. I must thank you for the work you did with the Jawa communications. The bugs you set are already transmitting. Any rebellion the Jawas plan will come straight to our ears. I trust finding the cipher gave you little difficulty.
Let's see if this confirms your theories.
Let me transmit the code to our surveillance team. Yes! The Jawas speak of spirit wielders, those who possess the magic of their shamans. I assume they mean the Force. Their young go to a secret training ground to learn the shaman's magic. They're building an army there. We must stop them. This shaman, the one training their armies, we need to bring her into custody, study her, learn what she is made of.
Do your scientists prefer their specimens alive or dead?
Please take her alive. The Sith must observe her using the Force. There is little her corpse can tell them. I hope I can rely on you to make this happen.
I'll hunt down this so-called shaman.
Your enthusiasm is admirable, but I wouldn't suggest capturing a Force user without a means to restrain her. This colony was recently favored by a visit from a Sith Lord, Lord Biro. She's known for having captured Jedi. Seek her aid. I'll tell her to expect you.
Of course. Hello. You must be the bright young Sith I was told to expect. Frankly, I'm surprised you would lend your approval to this sort of mission. The idea that a Jawa, the lowest sort of alien scum, has the discipline it takes to use the Force is nothing short of insulting. These Jawa shamans are simply charlatans putting on a show for the gullible. However, if it were true...
The only way to know is to go after them.
No. This has the potential to sow chaos throughout the Empire. Imagine if no one respected the power of the Sith, if they believed the lowest slave could muster the same powers. For the sake of the Empire, it is crucial that the Force remain mysterious. The province of the elite, not Jawas.
I couldn't agree more.
Find this Jawa training ground, hunt down this shaman, but kill her and any Force users you see. Bring Commander Villos a regular Jawa warrior, and tell him it's the shaman. Any studies will prove conclusively that Jawas have no connection to the Force.
I will help you preserve the power of the Sith.
Your loyalty is appreciated. I forged these shackles myself to hold Jedi and cut off their connection to the Force. Using them will suggest the danger this shaman poses. Just take care which Jawa you use them on.
Did you really think you could get away with raising an army against the Empire? All I want from you is your corpse.
Ah, excellent work. We'll take this wretch to Commander Villos now. Talk to him if you want to learn what comes of it.
Ah, I'm glad you came back. When my men brought me that shaman, it looks like she put up quite a fight.
What have your scientists learned?
The Sith will be relieved. It seems the Force is too complex for such a simple species to master. Thanks to you, we can proceed with our colonization of Tatooine without delay.
Target sighted. Sweep the area and escort the package.
What's happening here?
If you'll remain where you are, my lord.
Make way for Moff Yorian.
So much fuss over a walk to the spaceport. You'd think I'd break my own neck without a bodyguard. I'm Mara Yurian, overseer of this sector. I trust your visit has been both enjoyable and productive.
You have as many criminals buried in the desert as you do artifacts. Truly a wealth of discoveries.
Well put, my lord. Tatooine may not be prestigious, but it is useful. We've hosted everything from archaeological digs to weapons testing facilities. A clean slate means opportunity. Imagine Imperial Tatooine as a bulwark against the Republic and underworld corruption throughout the Outer Rim.
With enough manpower, it's possible. But Tatooine is far from achieving your dream.
Not as far as you think. Intentionally or not, you've already struck blows to the Exchange, the Sand People tribes, and others. You have unfinished business, and before you leave, I'm offering you a part in this sector's subjugation.
When the Minister of War honors your accomplishments, you'll have me to thank. Understood?
The Empire will have you to thank, but I'll show my gratitude. Shall we begin? Without an Imperial Legion, we need unconventional allies to secure territory, and the local Mandalorian mercenaries are legendary. I've opened relations and posted officers in their settlement, but the Mandalorians must also learn to respect us. You can arrange that.
You want a message sent to the Mandalorians. Tell me how.
The Mandalorians use the wastelands outside their village as a training ground. If you survive the passage, they'll be forced to acknowledge you. But retrieve the corpses of their initiates who died in the wastes, drop their own dead at their feet, and they'll be forced to see you as a challenge.
I'll prove to the Mandalorians that I can survive what they couldn't.
Put them in their place and help my men, and our conquest can begin.
Sir, Colonel Gorick is waiting to report.
If you'll excuse me, but think on what I've said. Work with me, and the rewards will be magnificent.
Mandalorian, I've been through your training grounds. I survived what your initiates couldn't.
What are these? You brought the dead here?
Not just any dead. Our dead. You think you can walk into our village and insult us? Imperial dog?
No. She speaks the truth. Our initiates failed, where this woman did not. Welcome to our village. You have earned the right to be here. More than those stooges Moff Yorian pays us to protect.
I'm not here to prove myself to you. I'm here for proof you're worthy of me.
There are limits to what we'll take. Stay close to your Imperial friends.
They're afraid of you already. I'm Ensign Ver. The Moff asked me to congratulate you and pass on a message. He's transferring credits to your accounts as a gesture of goodwill. A taste of what's to come for all his valued allies.
Tell them off I don't work for him. And I won't be bribed.
Yes. I'll certainly let him know. He also emphasized that he's counting on you to force the Mandalorians' respect and to eliminate any threats to our security. Good luck.
Of course, Commander. Our relations with your people are based on respect, not just credits. Your concerns will be addressed.
See that they are. Retorche me.
My lord, Zola Alvarez, diplomatic service on assignment to the Mandalorian settlement. I'd like a moment, if you please.
I assume this is about the Mandalorians.
The Mandalorians let us use their village as a staging area. But they're starting to resent our presence. It's time we moved on. Not far from here, there's a bunker in the hands of Gamorrean raiders. Brutish, deadly creatures responsible for the massacre at the Tatooine mining colony. But if we had that bunker, we wouldn't need to share resources with the Mandalorians at all.
I'll clean the bunker with Gamorrean blood. Our troops can live in style.
That would be very generous of you, my lord. The Gamorreans will mount a stern defense, but if you can soften the opposition and bring me their base's computer codes, it'll be enough. The Imperial garrison can complete the takeover, leaving the Mandalorians to do what they will. My lord, have I mentioned how honored I am to be working with the Sith? Oh, no matter. I've already called the Mos Illa garrison. If you have the Gamorrean base codes, it won't be long before we can seize our new staging area.
I thought the diplomatic service solved problems through diplomacy.
Our methods are flexible. Isn't that how it should be? Soon we won't have to play friends with the Mandalorians, and we'll be in a position to bargain. It's been a privilege. Your part in this won't be forgotten.
Take a breath. Your news can wait that long.
But sir, Warisman Ordo is dead. We followed him and saw... It was because of the poison. The Sand People got him.
Then he is not the best. This trial is for the best of men. That is what Warisman Ordo came to Tatooine to prove. Do not mourn for him. The only true death is to fear to try. Like the Imperial puppets who let politics dictate their lives.
If you're trying to pick a fight, you're going about it all wrong.
I'm an old man. Fighting me would mean nothing for someone like you. I've heard of you, Sith Lord. The Empire says you're someone to be feared. Not that I give a bantha's backside what the Empire thinks. They've backed out of a perfectly good war to hide behind a piece of paper. If you want to change my mind, you're welcome to try.
I never sign on until I've read the fine print.
The Sand People produce a lethal poison. The only antidote is kept in their holy shrines, guarded by a sacred number of armed guards. To prove yourself, you will take the poison voluntarily, and then fight your way to the antidote before you succumb. It was this which killed Warisman Ordo. and many others who were called hero on different worlds. Will you take the poison?
I've survived worse.
More guts than I'd have wagered. Here it is, then. You've got the time it takes the poison to travel from your arm to your brain. By then, you'd better have the antidote in hand. Sand people are all over the place. Finding their shrines will not be the hard part. Surviving long enough to reach them will. Kandosi! Amazing! You live! My congratulations. You are more worthy than any Mandalorian in the last 5 galactic cycles. Speak of what you faced. Let these young ones hear the path of true valor.
Yes, please. What happened?
This foolish quest kills many of your best men. It should never be repeated.
Your opinions are valuable to us. Every Mandalorian on Tatooine will hear of your unlikely victory. But do not insult our culture. Every lad here should have the same opportunity we granted you. This is the weapon which marks your triumph. Use it in health.
Garrus Palid, adventurer, artist, and general mischief maker, at your service. You look like a woman of taste. Perhaps you're interested in my sonic earwax removal system. Oh, or this shiny globe. It will stay with you wherever you go.
Out of my way, worm.
All right. Look, I'm not really a junk salesman. It's just my cover. I'm from Imperial Intelligence's Experimental Weapons Division. Supposed to trick hapless fools into testing a new weapon. But you're neither hapless nor a fool.
Untested weapons are the best kind. Such unexpected results.
My lord, I see you are not only a connoisseur of fine things, but you have a curious mind, like mine. This is the Sand People deployment device, designed to send a signal that stirs up Sand People against the enemies of the Empire. I need someone to plant this device over at these farmland coordinates. It's the perfect test site, abandoned but covered in wildlife for the Sand People to attack.
I suppose I can give it a look.
The device should have a range of 2 kilometers. There are Sand People settlements all over this area, so it should be plenty. That's what I'm trying to find out. I'm really sorry about that, my lord. Those results were unexpected.
You are one dead man.
Please, no. I'm just doing my job. Take anything you want. From the good stuff, anything. Just don't kill me.
What are you saying? We lost a squad of very expensive Mandalorians, and now our boys can't do the trick either? Forget excuses. Work it out. I'm sorry, my lord. I should not have lost my temper in front of you. The exchange is proving to be more difficult than we originally estimated.
You people are a waste of oxygen.
I never expected mere criminals could fight so skillfully. The exchange is using an old reclamation base as an ammo stockyard. We've taken 2 shots at it now, and we may have to cut our losses and retreat.
Don't be a fool.
Does this mean you'll prove you can do better? I will give you the location for the ammo stockyard we were targeting, plus the last known coordinates for our squad. I suggest you look first for survivors. Perhaps they can give you some insight into why they failed.
Are you part of Captain Tremont's team?
What? Who are you? Did the captain send you? Everyone else is dead. I don't know why they kept me alive. I think they're torture.
Would the Imperial military do any less to you for your failure?
No, please. I'll be executed unless the mission completed. We never got as far as the ammo stockyard. Ambushed. They stripped our gear. Explosives. In that locker. Please. Finish the job. Is it done? Please. Turn this off. Let me go home.
You don't deserve to live.
No. Don't leave me here.
The exchange ammo dump is destroyed.
Yes, I have received numerous reports of the destruction of the exchange's stockyards. You have my thanks. Our hold on Tatooine will be more secure with the exchange disarmed.
My lord, Moff Yorian wants to see you.
My hero. The Mandalorians have fallen into place, the Sand People tribes are scattered. It's a new dawn for Tatooine. Troops and supplies will move freely under mercenary protection. Our garrison will purge, exchange corruption, and act as a beacon of stability.
I doubt the Jedi and the Republic will let this sector fall.
If they move against us, we'll protect ourselves, but I doubt they see the potential I do. Of course, we've already begun raiding exchange bases to take advantage of their vulnerability. We've seized credit chips, antiquities, spice, to be stored in my personal vaults until they can be processed by Imperial authorities.
I sweat and bleed to destroy the exchange, and you're the one who profits.
You misunderstand me. I'm not telling you this to gloat. I'm telling you because I want to share with my friends. Walk away from Tatooine with pockets full and remember my aid.
You overestimate your importance. My master will learn of your disloyalty.
That's altogether unnecessary. I only want the best for the Empire. I'll expedite the transfer of my goods to acquisitions, with apologies.
I'll begin work on that immediately, sir.
Yes, please do. I should return to business, but I promise you've left Tatooine in good hands. I look forward to seeing your mark on other worlds.
Idiotic, nerve-hurting sons of Hutts. They got away.
Snap out of it.
Next time, just slap me in the face, okay? Damn crazy Sith.
I tend to get carried away.
Sure you do. I know how you Sith work.
So you beat Wilks and made it out of the desert alive, huh? Wilks doesn't surprise me, but when I heard you were heading for the desert, well, I wasn't expecting to see either of you again.
I brought Andronicus back.
You should stick with this one, Andronikos. You might learn a sense of humor.
Look I have a sense of humor.
Relax, it was a joke.
Garrus Palid, adventurer, artist, and general mischief maker, at your service. You look like a woman of taste. Perhaps you're interested in my sonic earwax removal system. Oh, or this shiny globe. It will stay with you wherever you go.
I've been looking all over Tatooine for an earwax remover and shiny globe salesman.
They're yours. You're the first person to show any interest in this junk.